Hey yo, what's up? You know who it is. It's the one and the only Professor L live in the LAB, live on Team GRF TV. And I'd like to welcome you guys back to another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks on it. Yo, it is a war outside, people. A real war where people are getting blown up, they dying, people is getting hurt. It's real depressing and it's sad. But we here at the lab, we have to discuss this stuff because that's what we do. So please, get in here now before you get hurt, man. We ain't got no responsibility because we telling you get in the lab right now where it's safe. Get them lab coats on, baby. Make sure they nice and spiffy. Make sure you are nice and sterile because, man, we don't want that war in here and we don't want your war camera contaminating our L experiments, which you know by now to stay away from before you step outside this classroom and take an L. But regardless, ass in seats, eyes on the board. Kamen right up built. Episode 17. Right, a war started. And you damn right the war done started, baby. Hold them Hokuto boys like, yo, we finna run in, yo, smash. Castle, ow, stag beetle. Yeah, we got them. We got Lady Che Guevara like, yo, we want Pandora's box. Give us the lie before we steal it. And we blowing all up your people because that was like the first 4 minutes of this episode. People getting blown up, tanks everywhere, dumping at people like, yo. I really thought that it was going to be a war, but I didn't think it was going to be like this. I'm like, when I really thought about like how this was really going to pop off, is that before last episode, I kind of figured it was going to be one of those things of you send a Kamen Rider, y'all send y'all boys, and we'll send them into a forest and we'll let them kill each other, like when Genkai wanted to trade Yusuke and Yu Yu Hakusho because I have to make a Yu Yu Hakusho reference, and the person who walk off the forest who is in dead wins. Nah, we'll just sit up here, we'll just run up in your shit, kill all your people, and we'll just take what we want. Regardless of where Miss Che Guevara is and the Hokuto boys and Kamen Rider Grease and all that, is that this episode did a wonderful job of legitimately setting the stage. Because if the last part of episode 16 wasn't stage setting enough, the first couple of minutes of this episode set the stage for what you will do for a Klondike bar, and the Klondike bar in this instance being Pandora's box. And we have got a lot of information about Pandora's box. You thought there were only 24 bottles? Nope, 60. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, this is 60. Is that what we learned from that boy, Gintoku, leader of the Gray Squad in the building, is that Pandora's box has 6 sides. Each 6 sides had 10 fuel bottles in it for a total of 60. In order to unlock the full power of Pandora's box, all 60, let's see, I'm going to use this word MacGuffins because at this juncture, because of what our plot is leading into, the full bottles have now become officially MacGuffins for everybody to collect here, to put all 60 in the 10-6 slots, put them all together, and it will unlock the power of Pandora's box for whoever uses it. At this point, we've learned the following about the status of what the full bottles are. Our boy, Mr. Sento Kiryu, has 20 of these. We all know what those are. No need to list them off. And he has a side of Pandora's box, right? From my understanding, based off the context clues, Gintoku may have a side, but he has no full bottles. And he hasn't really transformed into and explosions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that boy Night Rogue. So he may have a side. From my understanding, Japanese Big Worm got some sides. The crazy Che Guevara lady and Hokuto got some sides. And old suave dude from Saito, he got some sides and some full bottles too. So that's where we are. Speaking of Hokuto and Saito, you got crazy Che Guevara lady talk to the boy from Saito like, hey yo fam, hey, won't you come with us, man? Don't you holler at your boy, you know what I mean? Like, yo, get at your folks, you know what I'm saying? She's sitting up here trying to convince him to get on their side, like, you know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. When you think about it in the context of, if you think she won't run up on you next, you're dead wrong. Because this lady done gone psycho. It's like, all it took was that boy Gintoku reading a paragraph and this bitch starting a war. So what do you think gonna happen? It's like the thing that is in play right now that's very important to remind you. We got that boy Soichi Isarugi, a.k.a. Bloodstalk, in the building, sitting up here just fanning the flames of war. It don't matter. I got what I want because, again, Kamen Rider Grease exists. So we already knew he had the plan for the Splash Driver. So we already know that's going down more on the Splash Driver later. So right now, you got Build Eisen, as we'll call him, for funnies, is he trying to make sure everybody's trying to kill each other. Because I explained this in length in the last episode, and I won't do this time, is no matter who loses, Bloodstalk wins. Because the only thing that has to happen is you all kill each other. I'm the last man standing. Guess what? I rule the world now. Ha, bitch. You really didn't think that was a plan, and it's real simple. You have people who were exposed to a light and are completely running on base instinct. Complete and utter base instinct. Nothing else matters. The only thing that matters to me is what I want. And what I want is the rest of Pandora's box. So I'll kill you, your mama, your daddy, your granny, your cousins, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, you name it. I'm going to murder their ass and I'm going to take what I want. That's where everybody is. Well, at least not the dude from Sato. We have no idea where his head at. But trust me, give it another 5 episodes and we'll know the answer to where his head is. Because again, just like I said earlier, if you think that either Sato won't get involved if they aren't already with the help of that blood boy Starwook, what's gonna happen when Hokuto and Toto do the clash thing? They do this for a whole bunch of time, and then somebody loses. Is that, given the plot of the show, right, I don't really see Hokuto ultimately winning. I don't see that. Is that it's going to be a fight, and there are going to be some wins, and there are going to be some losses, but ultimately Grease going to come onto the good guy side. Because if this reminds me of really anything here, it really reminds me of the turn in Gaim, right? Where you got people everywhere, right? Everybody has a reason for being in this, and everybody has a reason for doing something. And there are people whose reasons are still hidden, people who still in the cut who we haven't matched. But that's what this Rider War is really starting to focus on. Is that, am I allowed to say? Yes, I am. Think of Pandora's box as the forbidden fruit, right? In the instance of Gaim. That after the show takes the turn, you learn that's the thing you want. Everybody wants this thing, and we will kill, murder, maim, you name it, to get what it is that we want. Pandora's box is that. Except it's a little more complicated, that instead of one golden fruit, it's a box, 6 sides to a box, and 60 bottles. So you have 3 sets of technical MacGuffins to collect. And right now, just so that we remind ourselves where it is that we are in MacGuffin land, is that boy Gentoku. He got the box. Possibly a side. Sento has a box. Not a box, but a side to the box. And all of the 24 bottles that Masora has purified, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Again, we know that Hokuto got some bottles and a side, maybe 2. We know Big Worm, he got something, but we ain't seen Big Worm in ages because he got the war he wanted, and he just sitting up here work, cook, because he Japanese Big Worm. And, we got them Sato boys, they got some bottles and a side, maybe. And that's where our count is, right? We are at episode 17. A given Rider season, because this is a show that started in September, right, that will probably end sometime next year. We're talking about maybe, given that the show isn't interrupted by a baseball game, golf game, Golden Week, something blah, aka B48 or some shit, I don't know, that we got at least another 30 episodes, right? Minimum, just counting, just saying that this is a show that gets around the 45-50 mark, right? you got anywhere between 20 and 30 episodes. Well, not 20, because I don't think that this is not going to be a decade thing where episodes end at 31. So we'll say another 30 episodes, between 25, 30 episodes minimum, depending on how they want to push this plot, that you have to complete a box, put the bottles in it, turn on Pandora's box, and get your wish. That you have all of these factors in play. And given the way that this could possibly go, that this ain't gonna be the writer war forever, right? It's not going to be that it's this squad versus this squad versus this squad. Fight. Is that more likely than not, Bloodstalk is gonna become your ultimate villain. That if that boy Soichi Isarugi ain't got a plan, he got a plan, right? So ultimately, once everybody gets war out of their system, then maybe we can put our focus on something. And that is going to probably be the last maybe 15 episode stretch of the show. Where after everybody does all this fighting and you get all this out your system and Pandora's box is collected, you put 64 bottles in it, slap the 6 sides on it, and open it, or do whatever the hell you're going to do with it. You're going to need a focal point. Unless Pandora's box is going to come to life and become a big giant dragon or something weird. This wouldn't be the first time this happened in writer history or something crazy like that. Okay, I just had a random thought, right? And I know that you probably won't be able to follow this unless you've played Tekken before, but just hear me out. This could possibly be the Shin Kazama defense, right? Like, if you've ever played Tekken 6, and I'm spoiling Tekken 6 for you, is that the reason why Jin started a world war was to awaken something that was a lot worse than a world war to defeat it. So this could be a possible thing that Bloodstalk knows something that we just ain't privy to, and that my plan all along was to make you a hero and make you a hero, and me not being a shitty father, but hey, I had to sit up here and awaken this thing so we all don't fucking die. So that's a complete other possibility that is completely on the table at this point, and I don't know. But it just makes sense, right? It just makes sense as one of the many theories as to why one person would go to this degree to have a whole bunch of people murdered and killed over a box and sides and bottles to do something with it. Regardless of such, I've done I love talking about the stuff that's around the episode. How about we talk about the rest of the episode? How about that? The rest of the episode was kind of like this. Yo, Sento, yo, Yuga, what's up, yo? It's your boy, Gentoku, but hey, here, put these bands on, son. Cause you work for me now, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna defend this country. Oh, because it's your fault that this is happening, by the way. I don't know, man. Hey, you want to give people nebula gas so they can turn into smashes. You want to create the rival belts and all this old stuff. War's your fault, fix it. Sento's hearing none of this, and this is just me paraphrasing the episode, because after they sit up here, get guns pointed at them 3 or 4 times in 2 scenes in a row of, I don't care. This ain't my problem. This isn't what I did, because I don't remember what I did as Takumi, because, none of that matters. But, hey, I really honestly feel that maybe this isn't what he wanted, and this is why he got murked and got changed, and all of this happened in the first place. Maybe, I don't know. The thing, though, is we have the other side of the ball. Our boy Ryuga Banjo. That guy right there. Cross it, Dragon. That dude, right? Gentoku hey, if you do me this favor, cuz, I'll make sure people don't know you technically murdered the guy you sit up here and fight crime with. I don't know, man. Hey, I'm just saying. Though, holla at your boy, though. But, hey, yo, you do this favor for me, family? I got you. And, of course, this becomes a running thing a couple scenes after that, where, they sitting in the cut and they like, man, what are we gonna do, man? What we gonna do? Should we do this? Should we not do this? Is it a thing we should do? Is it a thing we should do? We just bouncing back and forth. Ryuga pulls out the splash driver. And this is where our boy Sento gets a little misty. And he's like, there's a reason why I didn't finish that thing as who I used to be. We're not using it. Put it back. Pretend you never saw it. Pretend it's not a thing we're trying to push to little children to get their mommies and daddies to buy, but just put it back. Let's just not talk about it ever again. How about that? Ever again. Let's not talk about it. You know they're going to talk about it. Just saying, spoiler alert. So, in the midst of all of this, Sawa, we ain't seen that 50 billion episodes. Oh, yo, Miss Sora's gone. Y'all might want to go look for her. This is the part of the episode I really want to take 3 seconds to really talk about, right? Through Masora's eyes, those swimming pool eyes, anyway, is that through her eyes, she sees all of this carnage, destruction, and murder. Senseless underlines it all, right? And she sits up here like, at the peak of all this, after Sento finds her or whatever, this is my fault. If I never would have purified those bottles, this would have never happened. There's a war being started because of my actions. Within being scared, within me not seeing the full picture, you can call it naivety if you want to, but I don't think it was naive. Is that you can't technically be naive of something if you didn't know or understand what was happening. Remember, her own father, just to set the stage, her own father had her purify pure bottles out of fear. Sat up here, invoked his master plan, set up Ryuga, killed Taro Sato, turned Takumi Sakumi into Sento Kiryu, just so she would finish doing the job that she was doing at first. So, even in that crazy bubble of BS, that's not naivety. You were doing what you thought was right within the evidence you had to make a mature decision. So, I can't say it's naivety. You can blame yourself, and you could blame yourself because technically, yeah, you are a product of the destruction and carnage and senseless violence you see. I'll give you that. I will give you all of that, Masora, yeah. That because of what you did, yeah, this happened, but it's not your fault. It's your father's fault. Completely and utterly. If we gonna place blame where it's due. It's in this, though. It's in this that Sento's like, yo, the rider system is not a tool of war, but a tool to stand up for justice, and a fight breaks out. I'm reminded that before this fight breaks out, we skipped a very important part of the episode, mainly because I really wanted to discuss like the more serious points of the episode. Them Hokuto Crow Boys finally made their official debut. And I think we did talk about that to a degree. I think I might have just jazzed over it. Yeah, at the beginning of the episode, yeah, it was put over time. Because, yo, Sento and Ryuga put them Hokuto boys over. They got owned up. Did the J-O-B-B-B jobbing. Just straight jobbing, dog. It was like, I don't remember the last time I've seen Kamen Riders job that hard to the new bad guys. Donald, I can't even recollect the last time that a Kamen Rider jobbed that hard to the villains. Because, yo, that job was amazing. Just a straight put over. Like, remember a couple episodes ago when Ryuga first became Crossy Dragon, right? And that boy Gentoku did the job? That's nothing. That job, that was nothing, Holmes. Nothing, Holmes. Like, them Hokuto Crow boys got the put over. Like, yo, over the moon, son. Get put over. I'm just like, Ryuga and Sento got their asses whooped. Hard. H-U-R-D, hard. Got their asses put over. Because it's like in that fight, like, What? Because it's like Ryuga, like, huh? What are they doing? They just shaking bottles, putting it in there. Like, yo, we the ultimate evolution, Vato. You about to get whooped, say? And that's exactly what happened. Get owned. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I don't know if you guys watch my Ruby review. I'm still kind of sick. So, yeah. Contagious is spitting up. But anyway, internet. To put the job. Now, let's remember this, right? Let's remember the movement of our episode. Our episode started vaguely with this putover, right? This job and ass whooping that our heroes took to let you know that these guys are some dangerous dudes. Knowing that if they wanted to, there were things that could have been done. But again, beginning of the episode, you got a job because we got to sell these toys. You know what it is. Forward plot of the episode. War, job, do this or else. We got a new driver, but we not going to use it. Masora's sad. Let's declare war, but you the homie, dog. And now, the truth of, this is kind of sort of my fault, and I will take responsibility. Now, here's my driver. Now get owned up, bitch. We are now at, you about to get owned up, bitch. Because that's what happens. Sento sits up here. He pops out the Pepsi can. Pepsi, man! And it begins. So, for a minute, you got Sento in a 3-on-1 handicap match. You know what I'm saying? Sitting up here putting in the wizard. I just randomly thought about what the main event of SmackDown, or what the one of the main events of Royal Rumble gonna be. The boy KO and Sami Zayn versus AJ Styles for the heavyweight championship. Like, I'm like, I know randomly, and I'm just on a random right now before we get to this putover mess. Is I know there have been some points where in WWE history there have been co-champions, and I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I know it's a fact. If Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn become the co-world heavyweight champions, dog, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be, are you serious right now? Are you serious, bro? But regardless, back to this 3-on-1 handicap match right here. And Sento getting with him, sitting up here dumping everything. Got all like the comic joints sitting up here, double dumpers just sitting up here, vortex finish. None of those things happened, but you know, weapons was getting pulled out of nowhere like a hammer, like ding. Then he get owned up, and he's like, them Hokuto boys like, man, dude, even you turning a Pepsi man, homeboy, you still came on with them Hokuto squad. What's good? Sento like, I'm gonna protect everybody. I'm gonna get off my ass, and I'm gonna whoop y'all, you know what I mean? They like, yo, you alone. He's not alone. Dun-dun-dun. Here comes a new challenger. Banjo Ryuga. And then he pulls out the joint. Splash Driver. And then a fun fact today, because, you know, I did a little research about today's episode. The Splash Driver is voiced by the God, Norio Wakamoto. The God. Like Norio Wakamoto, the voice of every great villain in Japanese history ever, in any dub or any actual anime itself, Norio Wakamoto, the God. One of the many, but the God. So I was like, word? Norio Wakamoto, the God? Alright, let's do it. So, Banjo Ryuga, it's time to put over this toy. Splash Jelly! Drago! Sits up here, hit the wrench. It's Kamen sit up here. He's surrounded in this thing of water or whatever, this juice, jelly, I don't know what it is. Cross the Dragon Charge! Are you ready? Yeah. I don't even remember what the actual thing is, but that's just what we going with. And now, it's time to put it over. Put this thing over. For a minute, it seemed like Banjo didn't have control. Like, the power was too much for him. But he was going at them Hokuto boys, though. He was sitting up and Sento like, use the twin breaker. Huh? Twin Breaker. And I'm like, I love how the stuff like materializing like a jelly when he use it. And then he sat up here loaded up single bust, double bust. Sat up here loaded up the cross the dragon driver down the full shot. I'm like, I'm sitting up here like, then I was like, yo, this is dope. And now, when is there going to be DLC for Climax Fighters? Why isn't that boy Banjo you guy in the joint? Cross that dragon touch. I wonder, is Climax Fighters gonna have DLC? Because I haven't been keeping up much with it, and I know I have promised streams of the video game, but between being sick and overtime at work, life in general, stuff and so, I wonder, is it going down? Oh, but yeah, them Hokuto boys straight jobbed. They jobbed hard, jobbed very hard. So beginning of the episode, we put them over, and then in the end they get thrown into a rope and get speared by Cross the Dragon, aka Kamen Rider Roman Reigns. Yes, he penetrates everything. No homo. Yeah, I said that. There's Pony Roman Reigns. Now, that's Kamen Rider Roman Reigns because, you know, what better example could I use? Because if I said Kamen Rider John Cena, you wouldn't be able to see him now, wouldn't you? LOL. At the end of the day, this was a wonderful episode. I'm like, oh, one more thing. That boy Cosmo Sawatari, boy, AKA one punch smash man. I'm like, why? I'm like, he sat up here, man, Bonds, I'm like, yo, this dude stole my stick. I'm like, why? He sat up here, one punch and smash. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, this dude is the new Lord. He sat up here and said, I'm like, are you serious? He one punched a smash. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, no. Oh, man. I can't wait for him to turn into Grease, dog. This dude gonna be a monster, dog. This dude gonna be a monster. I'm just like, this dude gonna be a monster. Shout out to Kiva. You know what I'm saying? This is just because I don't want to make Kiva references every single episode or whatever. Dogga Basha, kick and do, vampire. Kivana. Yeah. Anyway, one punch of Smash Man. That just like, you know, when we get back to joking, that's what his name is, called One Punch of Smash Man, dog. One punch of Smash Man. So, blow! Did he show up at the end, dog, pull up that driver? Oh, he like, it's time to get busy, Vato. Oh, it's going down. It's going down. When Kamen Rider Grease is around, baby. One punch of Smash Man, knock you out. It's going down. Do you hear me? It's going down. DOWWW.down. It's going down. I can't wait for them to bang, dog. I can't wait for One Punch Dragon Man to fight One Punch of Smash Man, dog. They just gonna one punch each other, dog. And it's just like, you know how, like, sometimes the Kamen Rider, like, two people punch each other and then like the impact make them blow all the way back. Cosmo Sawatari gonna knock Ryuga, dog, into another zip code. he gonna knock that dude three Japans over, and I'm just gonna be, damn, man. If he punch him that hard, I need somebody on the internet, dog, to do some magic, dog. When Debo uppercut old dude on Friday, dog. Damn, you got knocked the fuck out. Okay, I'm clowning too much. I'm clowning. Man, I need to hurry up and go cut this off, man. I'm clowning too much. Great episode. I know I jumped around a little bit, but there were things that I know I wanted to like separate and really talk about before we got to the fights and the putting over and Kamen Rider Roman Reigns, LOL, blah, 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 blah. But a great episode, a great for real start to this next arc of the show. And again, like I said earlier, I took like 12 minutes to try to suss out in my head to try to figure out, is where do you go from here? That once everybody fights and then we figure out can we all just get along? How does the show find a focal point for that final stretch? Because it's gonna be Rider War for a while. How long? I don't know. Because let me see. We just got Crossy Dragon Charge. We got Kamen Rider Grease in the building. We got Pepsi Man a couple of episodes ago. So, given this information, Sento should be due for a real power-up within the next maybe 10 episodes, probably. And I mean a real power-up. I'm not talking about a YouTube movie. I'm not talking about a side joint. I'm talking about a real, legitimate power-up in the show. I don't know, because I've done a little reading about, like he got a smartphone wolf farm or something like that. Like it's supposed to be some YouTube side thing, and I have no idea if that stuff is going to cross over into the show. I know that I know from the little bit that I've accidentally spoiled my cell phone during the week of trying to look at different stuff when I'm posting the stuff on Twitter for different Japanese forms or whatever, is that he has a hazard form for Rabbit Tank. So I have no idea how long that's gonna come out. He gonna get so pissed off it's gonna turn Rabbit Tank black, and he gonna sit up here and start blacking people out. Literally. And figuratively, but more literally. Yes. So is that ultimately he gonna have to get another form, because I don't really think that even if these side forms appear in the show later, is that he's still gonna need some form, that he's still gonna need some final form. And what that final form is that the show ain't giving no clue, so who knows? But it's like, if I think of X-Aid as an example, because of a show that had multiple riders, and how he didn't get Sparking to for episode 40, it's possible they could stretch out that this long, that he could get a form to fight whatever's going to be the unified threat once they figure out all this rider war and they all kill each other and there's only Kamen Riders left to survive or something weird. So we'll see. How about we just watch the show? I review it every week. You come to holler at me to see what I think about it. And then when we get to that point, we'll discuss it for real. How about that? Fair enough. Yeah. Scat Skittles Kabobble. Class dismissed. Get them lab coats and cubby holes. Go enjoy lunch. Go enjoy recess. Be careful of anything that may explode because it's a war outside. I think you might want to stay inside and just play a game today. Just, play some Monopoly with your friends or whatever. But don't cheat. Stay away from the L experiments. You really don't want to, get in the L experiment, catch an L, then go outside, and go catch a real hard one, because it's a war outside. Yeah, go and get up out of here. But you know what it is? The one and the only Professor L, live in the LAB, live on Team GRF TV. And I'd like to thank you for joining me for another installment of Triple the God Speaks On. And please remember this one important thing. Kamen Rider Build, Triple the G.O.D, and Team GRF. You shake that up. Best match. Are you ready? You better be.